So we take on Birmingham City in the FA Cup today, and there's a fellow YouTuber who's got a current save with Birmingham City called Football Manager Zone. His name's Rich, top lad. Should check him out. But first, let's see what he had to say about today's clash.
So, Mr. GWFM, you think your Tranmere Rovers side has got what it takes to take on the mighty Birmingham City at St Andrews? Bring it on. That's what I say.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to Turmoil at Tranmere with me, GWFM. We're on Season 4, Episode 8. We're going very, very well, and long may it continue. I mean, first of all, let's do the question of the day, which is, what is the longest save on Football Manager you have ever done? For me, it was 13 seasons. I got into the 13th season on FM16. It was actually my YouTube save. Started off with Curzon Ashton. After 4 years, I left them to go to Eastleigh and then never looked back. I basically got consecutive promotions into the Premier League. Struggled a little bit for 3 seasons. And then I started to actually do something, get into I think I got into Europe, and then just run out of time. Ended up FM17 came out. So that's the furthest I've gone. Let us know in the comments how far you've gone. But yeah, last time you joined us, of course, it was the Crystal Palace game in the FA Cup, and obviously we beat them 3-1. Followed that up with a 4-3 win against Oldham. We nearly threw it away. But fortunately, we got a literally last minute winner, which I was more than over the moon with. However, we did then go away to the Valley, is it? Yeah, the Valley, and we lost 3-1, very disappointing. 3-0 down at half-time, absolutely disgusting, completely out of the blue. And yeah, less said about that, the better. However, we went to Wigan for the 4th time this season out of 5 attempts, and we beat them away at the DW Stadium. 2-0 thanks to Adam Armstrong and Fred. Then we had a home game against Carlisle. This game, I believe it was this game anyway, we got to the point where we'd scored in 20 consecutive competitive games, which I thought was a very nice achievement to get actually in the bottom right hand corner. So I'm very pleased with that. It was Stephen Boyd and Brewster both in the first half, did enough in terms of damage. And yeah, then we had an away game against Fleetwood, who were then managerless because their manager went and got a job higher up. It might have even been Wigan, I don't know actually, I can't remember. But even so, we beat them 4-1 away from home. Lavatory with a brace, Brewster with another. It was 4-0 up at half time. I think they got a late consolation. Yeah, 92nd minute. And then the last game we just did was in the Check and Trade Trophy North quarter final, and we managed to win 5-3. We were sailing basically we were 3-1 up after 20 minutes. And then, yeah, they got another goal halfway through the second half. Made it a little bit nervy, but then we got 2 late goals just to settle it once and for all. So, yeah, very pleased with that. And, yeah, today, of course, we've got Birmingham City. And it's going to be tough. We'll get into what their team looks like. Well, not the team, but the key personnel and whatever shortly. Before that, a few bits of news to go through. First of all, it's Nicky Webb, and we've had 2 bids. Well, 1 bid accepted, which I protested, and I said it was a hot prospect, and they accepted that on the 2nd attempt. I said I can't stress how important it is, and they backed down. Since last time that happened, it was Coin. The next bid that came in was about 100 grand more, 200 grand more, and they accepted it and went above me. This time, I've had numerous bids that have been about 500 grand. I think it was 1.2 million again. I think it was about 1.6 million, and I've been able to decline it. And eventually, I got offered like about 400 grand, a load of other additives or whatever. I bumped it up to 50%, and then to 2.5 million because I've been withdrawing it all the time. And I accepted it was Preston. And I thought, do I want to sell him? And I had a look at him, and I was looking at all this, like his potential. I was looking at all this. Thought it's fairly susceptible to injuries. He's still young, so maybe he might come away from that. Or is he purely just going to be stuck with that trait all the way through his career? I hope not, because I decided to decline it because of one reason only, and that is the fact that I look at how he's performed for us in the league, and he's got a 7.3 average rating, 4 assists and 2 goals, player of the match as well to boot. And I thought, if he's going to perform that well, is he worth keeping and trying to use in like seasons to come? He's 1.5 star now, by the way. Also in the back of my mind as well, I was thinking, well, we've got the youth intake coming up, and maybe, I mean, we're not poised to get a decent one, but we've been improving our youth facilities and stuff, so hopefully we'll get some more. I might live to regret not selling him. But I would imagine if people are still interested, i.e. Preston, they could always try in the summer. I think if they do come in for another bid, because there's 2 more days left before the transfer window's gone, I might try and, if they get to like 4 million, I might accept that. But I didn't expect them to just accept it without even negotiating, like by negotiation, if you like. So anyway, that's that. Speaking of youth level, wrong page, that's the finances, but that's another thing I looked at. We've got 2 million quid, so I thought it's not as though we're desperate for money. The youth facilities, we are improving that. I basically asked to improve the youth level, and it's for some reason doing the youth facilities as well, so it must be a necessity. But it's going to cost 2 million, which why the money might be good, but that's what I mean. I'm just holding out for a little bit more money. If they negotiate a few times and then they accepted my terms, then I might have accepted it, but because they went for it straight away, I feel like I can get even more money. Tried to get more coaches again, but they're just declining it again. Doesn't matter. I don't really want to put my job on the line. I don't want to lose this. Like, I don't want to have to stop the save because of a sacking. That's well, basically the main thing. One thing I will say is we are overspending on his wages. The wage budget is 48.5 grand. We're spending 50 grand. So, like I said, I was trying to move some players out. Some of them I can't. But it's one of those things. There's a couple of other things I just need to mention, and one is that Everton were after us, just a bit like Liverpool and everyone else, very much sought after at this moment in time. I didn't actually look at the table. This is probably one of the reasons. We're top of the league by 7 points. 7 points clear of 3rd place in the playoffs. And in terms of playoffs, it's not much. There's not much of a gap between like the top, between 3rd and 9th. But like I said, it's still a healthy looking 9-point lead with 33 goal difference. On the positive side as well, so it's a very very nice position to be. Obviously we've got Birmingham today, but just before we get into that, a little bit of news in terms of transfers, and I don't even know why I'm on here. I might as well just show you the ones that are on here. And if I can just get you to just come in here a little bit, there we go. So I'm looking for 2022. So here we are. Ryan Brewster staying on until end of next season. I've extended that. I've also extended Gary Cleggs for another year. I'm hoping eventually he'll run out of contract a bit. I signed him on a free, so basically I've just made like 1.1 million for nothing. In fact, it was actually Gary Clegg that they sold, not Coin. Yeah, well, Gary Clegg that they sold, where they took it over my head. So yeah, those are the 2 loanees at the moment that are staying. Olumbe is out of contract in the summer. I'm going to try and sign him on a permanent. The Gun Show, I'm not overly sold on him. Gribbin's out of contract as well, so I want to sign him permanently as well. We know about Shrek, he's going to be retiring, but he's starting to complain about lack of football, but that's because, I don't know, he's just been not performing that well, so we'll have to wait and see with him in terms of the chances he gets later. But anyway, we're going to be looking at Birmingham City. And Birmingham City, currently 14th in the Championship. They've spent a lot of time in the Championship as well, not really finishing very high, nowhere above 10th in the last in-game as well, 7 years, probably less as well. They nearly got relegated a couple of years ago as well, but they've got Phil Parkinson in charge. Decent manager for this level anyway, a decent coach as well, so could pose a bit of a threat. Sander Svensson is their key man. He is a winger, looks like it, that can play up front. Looks decent, a very determined individual, resolute, as his personality says, pretty quick off the mark, so he's going to be a danger, of course. But Danny Dyer, he is a key man. It looks decent actually. Costs a little bit too much, so I don't think I'll be buying him anytime soon. Got a groin strain, too much wanking, but I suppose that's probably going to be expected at 17 years old, isn't it, really, to be honest. I have to check under his bed for some magazines. That may or may not be what I did. But anyway, yeah, that's who we're up against. Let's get into today's live comp. Right, so here we go. They're going to line up with a 4-4-1. They've got Werner in goal. I'm going to say it's Werner, even though it's a W, but you never know if it's German. It's probably the case. They've got Colin on right back, Cunningham at left back with Wallace and Morris in the centre back pairing. They've got Cleftenbeld on the right, Christie on the left, with David Davis and Oliver Shenton in the middle of the park. Diatta as an attacking mid, and that man highlighted Svensson up top on its own. We're going to line up with our, you must know it now, the 4-2-4 sort of formation. We've got Cairns in goal, Tavernier at right back, Cranky at left back with Clegg and Sneds in the middle of defence. We've got Congolo, the ball winner, with Muratori as the box-to-box. We've got Fred on the right, Gribbin on the left, Boyd and Brewster up top. Brewster's been on fire recently. I'm hoping he'll continue that trend. He's currently keeping Armstrong out of the side and rotating Boyd and Laboratory. We'll have to wait and see how they get on. So, We are probably the favourites, it has to be said. No, we're not the favourites. What am I talking about? We're playing against a team in the higher league, but we are top of the league. They're only literally 10 places above us. Carry on where he left off, and it didn't really go to plan, but never mind. I'm kind of, for some reason, it's just hit me that it's an FA Cup game and Birmingham are in the division above us. But I just, because Birmingham are a bit poor in real life as well, I'm like not as nervous as I was against Palace. But I'll be very disappointed if we don't get through against them after the epic performance that was against Crystal Palace. Right, so we've got our first highlight after 16 minutes, call it. And it looks like it's going to be a Birmingham chance. Birmingham even. Chris is going to play it across the Diaz. He's got a bit much an open goal to pass it into. There we go. It's a bad start, really. The attacking mid scoring. I don't know who was meant to be picking him up, but whoever it was, did a very piss poor job, didn't they, really? Here we are. Here we had it. Or have it, should I say. Cunningham played it in with his Mohawk. Terrible header from Clegg, and then Christie played it across, and he just had all the time in the world. I mean, to be fair, Ken's been beating his near post. That was largely disappointing. But we've got a highlight straight away, and Gribbin plays it in. Clegg, can he make it up? Well, he can get an assist for Snez, and yeah, we're back to level terms instantly. Very pleasing. Let's get praised Suns. There we go. But yeah, played in by Gribbin, header across, keeper just like proposing to the defender on the post. I'm not complaining. It's Werner kicks it long towards Christie, who knocks it first time to Shenton. First time ball is intercepted well by Congola with a first time clearance. It's Brewster behind. It's been forced wide, and Werner does make the save as expected. Cut the angles down well, did the goalkeeper. And we've got a corner, which usually nothing comes from it. There you go. But it does come out to Brewster, took it off, unless it's Congola, I don't know. Gribbing though, first time ball towards Boyd. He's headed over the bar. Here we go, Cairns. Thinks he's playing FIFA, jogs out of the area. It's down the line eventually to Fred. Nice first touch to get away from Cunningham, and a bit of luck to find our man Moritore. And Gribbin in the back post. Netting. Very nervy actually. It seems like it could go either way. This header's gone over the bar. It says agonising. I think it went a little bit higher than where it looks. But yeah, we've actually created more chances than Birmingham, which is very pleasing indeed. This is kind of a good test if we're going to stay in the position where we are in first place. This is a good test to see how we perform playing against a mid-table side in the Championship. So I'm buoyant here at the minute. Right, so I'm going to passionately say we're not doing badly at all. If we continue to work hard, we will win this. And I've got a little bit of response there. I don't mind that. I don't dislike that, should I say? Pretty good. The one thing I will say is this: 4 clear-cut opportunities to their 0, and we're drawing 1-1. I think we could win this, boys. I really do. And girls, if there's anyone watching, there probably won't be any, many, if any at all. Here we go, Fred. I said it over the bar. Early chance, but that's 5 clear opportunities that we've had there. I'm having a sip of my tea, but it's a highlight interrupting me. Never mind. Davis on the ball. Can you feel the sucker punch coming? I can, because we've dominated in terms of chances. We've had the better chances by far, and it just feels like now that they're going to grab a goal out of nothing. 2 defenders come out. There's 1 miles out of position. Should find him. Instead it goes for Svensson. I sign it in. So that's a bit like, that's similar to Gribbin's chance earlier. But he plays it calmly to Tavernier, who's covering for him. It's a long ball. It's given away. But then Congola wins it back. Brewster though plays it in. Boyd, get it! Come on! I thought I was going wide for a second. I thought I was going to hit the post, so it's going to go wide or something. But get in, get praise, son. I can't because I already pressing courage. I just mentioned that before, but never mind. So, Congola, first time headed down to Boyd, first time ball to Brewster. Nice little 1-2 with him in the end. Just destroyed the defence with 1 pass. Keeper, no chance, just watched it. And it's like, yeah, damn right, Boyd's kicked your ass. Right, here we go. Instant highlights. Is it a sucker punch? As mentioned before, that was the 6th clear opportunity against a Championship side. I can't emphasise that enough, how well we're actually performing. Get top strikers with this tactic, and just get the players in general in this tactic in the right positions, and you'll be laughing. You won't be laughing at that though, because I don't know if that's taking a deflection, but that looked like the tamest shot I've ever seen. That you could have got your dick out, as I mentioned before, got down on 1 knee and actually stopped it with a semi-erect penis there, in my opinion. Let's have a look at this again, because I kind of missed it. Right, it's headed away by Tavernier. Davis takes 1 touch, and does it take a deflection? It might do. Might come off this. Sorry, chap here, with it looks like he's got a right gut, doesn't he? Never mind. Let us demand some more, because that is undeserved, if ever I say that. I mean, this might suggest otherwise. In terms of top quality chances, I don't think you can disagree. Right, they've made their first change of the game. I'm just going to pause it here. Boyd, apart from his goal, looks like he hasn't played that well, so Lavatory's going to come on. I think Rhian Brewster can go on the wing for Fred, because Fred's had a poor game. And we're going to bring on Adam Armstrong as well. Let's just take it from there, see what happens. Right, here we go. Cunningham starts with the ball. Davis back to Shenton. I'm a bit nervous now, and I shouldn't be. We should be out of sight here with us. The amount of top chances we've had. Vassell, just come on. Find Shenton. Goes all the way back to Shenton, rather. Forward to Cleftonbeld. Get a challenge in. Davis. David Davis finds Vassell. He's going to score, isn't he? He's going to square it, and yeah, there we go. Diatta. Show some chuffing passion, boys. This is shite. Not even a decent chance. A nothing chance, once again. Davis, the orchestrator, apparently the best player in the game. To this particular game. I thought he was going to shoot Vassell, but he was unselfish, and Diatta scores his second goal of the game. I think it was his second, it might be his third. But we need a big effort now. We haven't destroyed them. I can't say that, but it's just every time I see the clear-cut opportunities, I can't but think that we should be out of sight. We should be beating them like 800-0. Or do you take off Congolo? I think, yeah, you take off Congolo, you put on Malumbi. He's a little bit more creative. And I'm going to swap him and Muratori about. I know Cranky's injured, but sod it. Let's go for it. And then I'm just going to go push forward. Come on, Clegg. If we can take him back to Prenton Park, that's a monetary value in itself. Here comes Brewster. Plays it forward to Armstrong. Can he feed it through? Can he go himself? Lavatory, it's a terrible ball. We could run to Lavatory. Get in. The luckiest goal you're ever going to see. But I don't give a shit because it means we've got an equaliser. Get praised. Keep that morale up. I find that praise does actually help. I don't know whether you agree or not, but I do. Brewster gets it here. Let's have a look at this again. Plays it forward to Armstrong. Armstrong feeds it through. No. First time ball. And Cunningham with a shocking header, but there were 4 blue shirts around Lavatory. It just happened to fall straight to him. Unlucky number 13? I don't think so. Right, 50 seconds to go. Can we even snatch a late winner? Armstrong, we've got 3-on-3 at the minute, sort of. Gribbin. He's obviously got some quality in his delivery. There is no quality in that delivery whatsoever. And it looks like it's going to go to a replay. It's an extra game, of course. Probably one I could do without. But, you know, fancies maybe at home unless they score here, which it looks like they're going to do. Look, Kane's with a big save! Get in, I just thought I'm saying stuff here and it's not even going to happen. It's cleared away. No, it's not. Oh. What a way to go out of the cup. That is devastating. I saw it pass 95 minutes. Gutted. What do you say to that? That is like unlucky. How often do you have a chance happen? Oh, come on, Armstrong. We're about to cross it in and score! And he just shafts you like that. What a load of shit. That's devastating, is that? How often, like I say, do you have a decent shot or whatever? Keeper makes a save if it's in your favour. Now, how often do you have a corner get headed in like straight after? It's usually cleared away. And if it is cleared away, that runs down a little bit more of the clock. Which then means that they have less chance to get the ball back in the box and score. Not this time. It's a straight header or whatever, and obviously it goes forward. I don't know. I'm just arsed off with that, I must admit. I can't be mad at him because it was a pleasing performance, really. Aside from cranky at the end, I'm going to say unlucky. Absolutely unlucky there. We don't deserve that at all in the slightest. I'm absolutely gutted. You might be able to sense it, but I'm devastated with that. I actually thought, you know, 5th round draw coming up, who knows? Who knows? You know, we could get a big team and get a load of money. Birmingham, I mean, for me, based on that performance, if we go up, we're alright with the players that we've got, but I think we definitely need a more clinical striker, because if we just showed there we weren't clinical. They were. Put a bit of a damper on it, really. I'm absolutely good. But anyway, let's see when we're going to be coming back. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back for the semi-final of the Chicken Trade Trophy. It's his last chance of like a cup trophy. And it looks like it could be potentially, unless we get relegated if we do go up. The way it's going, it looks like we're on course for going up. If it stays this way, I mean, it's not forced to. Could always stay down and end up dropping into the playoffs and and get beat or whatever. It's looking very likely, the way that we're performing at the moment and the players that we've got, because we've got 2 strong 11s with the exception of maybe the two youngsters that I'm playing, like O'Connor and Webb. But otherwise, it's a strong, like 2 strong sets of players that we've got. And if we go up, we don't get to play in this trophy again. So I think I'm going to come back for Doncaster Rovers and Newcastle under-23s. One of them two, whoever is the winner. For some reason, it hasn't been played yet. So hopefully you can join us for that. So some massive disappointment there. I'm absolutely devastated that we've lost that at the end. But to go away to Birmingham City at St Andrews and nearly get a 3-3 draw and take them back to Prenton Park, what an effort that actually was. And we've come back every time, I think, were it? No, we were 2-1 up for literally 3 minutes. But other than that, yeah, we were always like playing catch up. We did really well. I can't be too disgruntled. It's just devastating losing it so late because I don't think it. I mean, 90 plus 6, I can see. It's just gutting, absolutely gutting. I mean, where 5 minutes came from, I have no idea. Must have known I were a Leeds fan, but that's another story. But anyway, as always, hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, why not go ahead and press that like button. If you'd like to see more, feel free to subscribe, and obviously don't forget to share it around with your friends or anyone you might think that might, appreciate a Tranmere Rovers save on Football Manager. Get us up in those, in the suggested videos and the things at the end where you see like all the different videos when you've got the autoplay thing or whatever it is. Be greatly appreciated if you could help us out in that regard as well. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you then. Bye bye.